In a bit of a stunner, although maybe we shouldn't have been surprised, Memphis is actually, Rob. Now, I would never say they're better without Ja Morant. They aren't.
No, but we have pointed out in past shows that they win without him, Chris. We've seen this. This is not new. I heard you on Colin, too, today.
Colin was implying that they're better without him.
No, I know, and you
agree
shut
with
that
me,
down.
right? There's no way.
I think that's easy to say and overreact and be a prisoner of the moment, but I don't agree with that. I think Ja makes them really good.
Makes them a contender.
Right.
Without him, they're really good, but they're not. They're not contending with.
No, I actually heard that today. So,
but
I never missed
won.
Colin.
To your point, they've won more with slightly more without Ja than with him the last couple of years. But yeah, they upset the Lakers. Rob, good for them. Good for us because it makes it a more interesting series.
Chris, that's a terrible loss by the Lakers. Just an absolute terrible loss.
I agree that it's bad. But what they do, Rob, and I don't know how long they can survive like this, but clearly, Rob, they play to the level of their opponent. Now, everybody can't do that because you can't go to the level of a good opponent, but they seem to be able to go to the level of a good opponent as well as playing down to a bad opponent. But I hear you. Look, Anthony Davis again, Rob. I'm sorry. At some point, I'm just going to have to say, you can't count on him. I mean, like, every fourth or fifth game, he's going to have a stinker.
What do we talk about? Like, every night when he gets to the arena, there should be 15 points on the score sheet for him. Like, to start.
Thank you.
15 to start. Forget about what he's going to finish with, 32, 35. 15 automatic. Yep. And this guy will put up 13 in a game. How is that possible?
Against Xavier Tillman. In all respect to Xavier, thank you. Xavier Tillman had a great game, 22 points, a career high, 13 boards. He shouldn't be able to do that against Anthony Davis. So, bad loss for Rob G's Lakers. Look, we'll see if they bounce back. I picked Memphis in the series. Obviously, I lost a lot of heart with that pick when Ja went down. But, hey, we'll see what happens. But Rob, after the game, Dillon Brooks, and I think we got some of the sound. I mean, he went, and Antonio Daniels alluded to it, but he really went at LeBron. And he did say in the midst of it all that LeBron's a legend, and of course he respects him on that level. But he just said, when I'm on the court, I don't care who you are. I can't respect you. Like, you just another dude. Another basketball player, which I agree, and I like that mentality.
You can't bow down to people, so I get that.
He's absolutely right. And as much as I like LeBron, I don't mind this type of talk, Rob, that we're going to hear from Dillon Brooks, because I think it's fun. I think it's drama. I think it adds to the suspense. And you want to see, what does Brooks do to back it up? What does LeBron do to shut him up? And so here's Dillon Brooks after the game.
You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on. But, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. I pride myself on, what I do is defense and taking on any challenge that's on the board.
Chris, some people need different ways to motivate themselves. Pat Bev has his way, right, on how he does his thing in order. When we saw him with Lonzo's very first game. Were we at that game?
Right.
Did we go to?
I feel because Bev
we
was
were
on
at
Houston.
that game.
Yep. So we were at that game.
We were at that game, and he picked him up at 94 feet or whatever.
Yeah, he did.
Kid's first time
because of his dad.
Right,
but his dad, not Lonzo, because of his dad.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he has to. This guy, has been through whatever a ton to get to the NBA and had to play overseas and all of the. So this is what he needs to be who he is. And in Dillon Brooks, this is what he needs to do to motivate him. I mean, not calling LeBron out of his name or being disrespectful and from that standpoint, but to just say, hey, when I'm out there, I don't care. And he gave, like you said, LeBron props on the other stuff in his career, and he's legendary and all that. But he's just saying, I'm out here trying to get something. And I'm trying to win, and I don't care who's out there, and I'm not going to kowtow or bow to anybody. I don't care who he is.
Rob, everybody should have that attitude. Now, everybody's not going to say it, and I get it, but that's how everybody should think. And he admitted, Rob, I listened to his it was about 2.5 minutes that I saw. And he said that he when he talked about not respecting another player, I don't care who you are. When we get in the lines, you're just another basketball player to me. And he said, I was there before. Because he said, like, you can't be in awe of guys and all that. And he said, I was there. He said, my first year or two in the league, I was like, oh, my gosh, he's shining. He's glistening. Like you're looking at a guy you looked up to coming up, and you're just like in awe.
It's got to be weird, too. Like, Chris, like, and I think, and I'm not trying to blow our heads up or anything, but, we do the NABJ and we run into a lot of guys who want to be in the business.
Right.
And they meet us. Like, they've been watching us on all these shows and all this stuff. And it's kind of the same thing, like, becomes, and so I can imagine on a basketball level, you're watching somebody. Now you're on the court with the same guy who you were watching. And you go, my God.
No, I mean, look, Dillon Brooks, Rob, is 27 years old. LeBron has been in the league 20 years. So we're not even talking like even Jordan. When Jordan's rookie year, I was a junior in high school. So even if I had somehow, gotten to the NBA and played against a Michael Jordan, having watched him for that would have been 5 years.
Right.
I would have been like, wow, like this, what I'm playing against Michael Jordan. Imagine, but 7? Dillon Brooks was 7 when LeBron James joined the league. That would have been like me facing Dr. J or Magic, who I really, you're really more in awe when you're a young kid. So I get it. And look, I mean, again, as long as he doesn't get disrespectful, I'm here for it. He's not disrespecting LeBron. He's just competing. And I do agree with Antonio Daniels, and I said it earlier on First Things First, Rob, that I do think Dillon Brooks, this is calculated. Because I think he said, I don't respect you till you give me 40. Is he trying? I mean, there's a reason he said 40.
He's trying to goat LeBron into going ham.
Go for 40. Right? Because like Antonio said, then Anthony Davis probably isn't involved, Austin Reeves and the other. And I get it. They're not nearly as good as LeBron. But you want them touching the rock, You want them involved so that when they do need to hit some shots in the second half, they are in a rhythm. But if LeBron's going ham, they might not be getting in that rhythm. And Rob, I'll give you this example. The night when LeBron broke Kareem's scoring record,
they lost.
And I don't blame LeBron for this, but he was clearly going for the record. And again, I'm cool with it.
And you know that all of his family was in attendance. They're not trying to come back the next game.
Exactly. That's a great point. Like, it was like, look, I'm breaking it tonight.
Tonight, you better come. Exactly.
Right. I got no issues with it. But, Rob, he had 30. He scored 38. He had 36 in the first 3 quarters. So he was going off, and they were losing. That's the thing. They're better. LeBron would be better to shut Dillon Brooks up with a 30-point triple-double than with a 49-point blitzkrieg. You know 100%. What I'm saying? So I do think Brooks is trying to go. I don't think it'll work because LeBron is smart and more mature, and I think he'll play his game, but I think that's what Brooks is trying to do.
Yep. If you're LeBron, you don't have to deal with this. You don't care about this,
he's
right?
He's too above. Look, Deshaun Stevenson, remember him? Went at LeBron in Washington. LeBron, he was more capable then because he was in his prime, but he didn't get out of sorts about it. He just played great. Lance Stevenson, he blew in LeBron's ear.
I remember that.
Now, I got to be honest. If a dude would have blown in my ear, I'm reacting harsher. I don't know. I'm not saying you push him or anything. but you kind of gonna look like, dude, what are you doing? LeBron just like didn't even look at him and just kind of cracked a smile like, this dude is ridiculous. You know
I
what
would
I
have
mean?
thought
Like,
I would have thought we were engaged. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
But so Rob, I do think LeBron will keep his eye on the prize, and I don't think he'll get out of his game because of this. I really don't. But look, Rob, I like it. I liked it when Reggie Miller talked all that trash. And, Dillon Brooks, you said it, not only what to get himself motivated, Rob, but this dude is not the most talented guy in the league.
No.
This is part of what he's smart in another respect in that, not number one, this is his niche, right? Tough guy, intimidator, gritty and dirty and not dirty, but gritty and grimy and all that.
He went after Shannon Sharp at
yeah. I mean, and he's carved a nice little name out for himself. With otherwise, a guy
you wouldn't know him.
They wouldn't even think about him. And it also, Rob, might make him some money. Like Antonio said, he's playing a character. This could very well make him some money though off the court.
Yep. No, I agree. More people know him for this than his basketball skills.
Yep. I mean, hey, you don't think a TNT, when they're eliminated, they might bring him on for a night? I mean, it's just he's doing what he's doing. Obviously, the main thing is basketball, but I got no issues with him.
Or maybe Colin will give him a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
All right. And Colin's been very favorable on Draymond, which I have agreed. I tend to agree with him, but I'm just saying Colin's been very favorable.
Yeah, he's on the payroll.
Colin's the boss, though.
I know, but still. Today was the first time I thought, okay, so Colin is basically like, Draymond's my guy. I like guys like that. I heard it.
I'd have to look back at what Colin was saying before. Like a few years ago. I don't
people have the
what
clips.
He was saying about
I'm
Draymond.
sure, right?
Oh yeah, they probably do.
But he hasn't been hard on him at all.